guys, and welcome to another Skyrim Mod reviews. This week I have for you Slay an Endangered Species Mod. As you can see here, you can slay innocent pandas. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not that. But I killed some pandas that attacked me, and well, these guys loved each other so much that even in death, they could not stop loving each other. And I have to commend them, really, because that takes effort. That takes effort. Anyway, the real mod for this week is called Widget Mod. As you can see at the bottom of my screen, there are several different new things. So, I'm going to go over each of these widgets and kind of explain their purpose. They're pretty cool. They're not for everybody, as they're very not immersive, so if you're a big immersive person, then this really won't fit for you. But for people who like a little bit of utility in their game, it's pretty effective. So, in the mod, there are several different counters. There's the arrow counter. If you look at the bottom left, that is the arrow counter. It'll tell you how many arrows you have. It will not tell you how many lightning arrows you, not lightning, mod arrows you have. I already tested it, but it does work with the base arrows. So, as you can see, I have 200 arrows down at the bottom. And apparently, I just had to pull out my weapon. I mean, I don't recall asking it to do that, but whatever. Then you have a gold counter and a weight counter. So, looking at my weight right now, it says 57 out of 300. So as you can see there at the bottom, it says 56 out of 300. So it's not quite 100% accurate, but it's close enough. I have 206 gold. There you go, 206 gold. Bounty counter, that's that hooded man with like the blue eyes down at the bottom. I have 0 out of 500. I guess 500 is the max, so, you know, I haven't killed anybody, so I don't have a bounty. There's skill counter, a speed counter, lockpick counter, and light counter. So those are all going in order, so that tells you how close you are to leveling up your skill, I would presume. Next up is the speed that you are traveling at, and then the number of lockpicks you have. And then the number of the amount of light in the sky. So if I change the day, okay, so now that it is nighttime, as you can see on the light counter, it's changed from 135, I think, to 15. So yeah, that's what that does. It tells you how much light there is. We return after a brief 2-day rainstorm. No problemo at all. So, there's a few more counters left, starting with the hotkey counter. On the very left, you can see there are 8 slots that say empty because I don't use hotkeys, but if you do use hotkeys, then that can be very useful to you. There's also the horse counter, which is on the very bottom right, follower counter, which is in the middle on the right, and skill counter, which is the very left one on the right. Those are all the counters you can use. You can go into the mod configuration menu, which I will do, and show you a little bit more about this mod before finishing up. Okay, so here we are in the mod configuration menu. Obviously, it does require SKSE. So you can turn off all the different counters if you want to. Change their position X and Y. So if I wanted to go like woo, accept, and let's change the X. Woo. Okay, so now that one will move when we close out of this. So you can turn on and off all of them if you want to. So I could turn off like these 4. You can even change their transparency. So if I like go like woo, let's make that 50% transparency. We could even make it bigger or smaller. So after closing out of the mod configuration menu, obviously you can see the changes we have made. Several of the widgets are missing, and the speed one, which we increased in scale, is much larger. And if you look at the very top, like where my bar is, you can kind of see where we moved the arrow counter. So you have to be careful when moving things. Maybe make it more subtle so you don't end up with something like this monstrosity. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this short little mod review. It's a pretty cool mod. Definitely recommend it to people who, you know, like to be able to see what's going on. Don't want to have to open their inventory all the time. Yada yada. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Bye bye.